Hello and welcome to this new video in the SQL section. In this video, we will continue further on data types. In the last video, we have seen the exact data types in terms of all the integers. In this video, we will see the approximate data types. So what are approximate data types? Let us have a look on this table. So I have collated one of the most used or few of the most used approximate data types, and we have like float, real, money, small money, decimal, and numeric. Although there could be more as well apart from this, but these are the ones which are mostly used. So each one of them has a range, just like what we have seen in the previous video. The only difference over here, first primarily, it would be since we have used the float. So float can take decimal values as well. That is the big difference between our exact data types, which were all the integers that we covered in the last video, and this one. So these are all numeric, but they can give you the provision to also have decimal values. And each range has been given over here and the storage has been given accordingly. Although we have just used float until now, but there's real, money, and small money, decimal, and numeric, and so onwards. Right? And each of them, the size in terms of bytes also has been given. And now I don't think we need much discussion to understand how the bytes thing works, because we understood that in the previous video. So based on the range, you can take a call. Now, apart from these two things, the last two ones are something that I want to explain you. Decimal and numeric. So this is the range from minus 10 raised to 38 to 10 raised to 38. Now, what this means, 38 means you can have up to 38 digits in this particular number for both decimal and numeric. All right. And we also have to understand two important things. One is precision and the another thing is called as scale. So when you specify these data types like decimal and numeric, let us come back to SQL and understand. For example, if I take create table, okay, let's say approximate numeric data types. So when you either create or modify the table, you would need this data type. Let's say there is something called as price and you say decimal. I can take, for example, cost and say numeric. All right. So if you create this table, I double click on this and say Alt F1 to see the details of the table. Now this is one shortcut that you will remember. If you want to see the structure of the table and few details about it, you will double click on a table and do Alt F1. By doing Alt F1, what you get is a lot of metrics about or metadata about your table. Metadata is nothing but information about data. So here I see this is the table name when it was created. These are the column names. If there is any identity, if there is primary key, and so onwards. Right now there is very less information over here because the columns are less and there is no primary key or no auto increment set. Fine. But let us consider or focus on this second result pane. So here you have price and cost column. The data types are decimal and numeric. And here there are two things that you have to understand: precision and scale. So by default, both decimal and numeric, they have a precision of 18 and scale of 0. Now what does that mean? So let's say you want to insert the data into this table. You say insert into this price and then values. All right. Precision means the total number of digits in a number. So by default, this number is set to 18, and scale 0 means the number of digits that you can have after the decimal, after the dot. So if I write any number like this way, so the precision over here means that these are 4 digits in total and including the decimals. So now this becomes 6, precision of 6. So precision of 6, but the scale is 2. Scale is nothing but the numbers on the right hand side after the decimal or the dot. And precision means the total number of numbers, right? So this is set to 18 and 0. However, you can change this. So the decimal as the range I was showing you back in Excel over here, it is 10 raised to 38. What that means is you can have 38, comma, and then the decimal set to any number of digits that you want. However, when I say any number, there is a limit over here as well. So the scale can be less than or equal to the precision, which is 38. It cannot be more than that. So this particular example was about two things in this video, to explain the different data types of approximate numeric data types and this concept about precision and scale. Again, to repeat, precision is nothing but the total number of digits in your number. Scale is the number of digits on the right hand side after the decimal. So the maximum it can go up to is less than equal to this 38. And the same applies over here as well. So keep in mind these two things about precision and scale going forward. That's it. We will be using these data types as and when required, either to create table or to alter table or for conversion using some cast functions that we will learn. Finally, there is one more thing that I want you to know. If you look at this below table, here it lists the precision and storage bytes for decimal and numeric. Since both these data types have the capacity to store maximum 38 digits of precision, what is called as precision, but it doesn't take the same storage space for all of them. So how they're done is that if you have precision of 1 to 9, it will only take 5 bytes. 10 to 19 digits will take 9 bytes. 20 to 28 will take 13 and 29 to 38 will take 17. Now all these things are good to know, alright? But I'm sure it will make a very big difference in your understanding when you write these data types. Even if you don't recall them, that's fine. You just have to okay, there is some limit to it and you can cross-check with the documentation which I'll give you this snapshot of the same. So that's what is important. That's it in this video. We'll have more data types coming in the next few videos. See you.